Get some music on. Scores be looking like Magic round 2. You reckon? I'll tell you something I did that was very bad. Not really bad, but it was bad. It was bad. It was unlucky. It was bad and unlucky at the same time. I've got a lot of stats. I've dived deep. If you guys know anyone that follows Supercoach, make sure to send them this live right now because we're going deep on this one. Yeah, this was it was a good round. It was a great round of footy. Let's just put a bit of lo-fi on to get in the mood. Sheesh. Hello Swish, how you doing? Is it SLM? Man, my eyes have been so bad lately. That's why I got my reading glasses on. 1500 might be the par. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you this right now. If I didn't do my little mess up play, I would have been close to 1700. That's all I'm gonna say. There was this one thing that happened and I would have been very, very close to 1700 this round if I didn't do this little stuff up. One was an error, like just an error and a thing by me, and one was a choice. But yeah. So we'll wait till a bit more people come in, then we're going to get into the recap for round 10. First and foremost, happy Mother's Day to everyone's mums here. If you've got a son or a daughter, and obviously that means happy Mother's Day to your partner as well. So happy Mother's Day. So I sat in the background, like I sat at the table and I was going through all the games this week and had Manly and Sharks on in the background. I assume from what I could tell very much so that Sharks beat Manly, which is a very good win, I think, for Sharks. Very good boost for them. I feel like that's huge. But yeah, Pappenhausen with a huge score. Yeah, absolutely insane. And he nearly got a try right at the end, but it got disallowed. So that would have been a 200 plus score. Still obviously updates to come. All right, we're going to give it a couple more minutes. At 6 p.m. we're going to do this. For me it's 5:58, so a couple more minutes. Who were your duds of the week? Who was someone in your team that you have that you're like, I'm getting rid of them, they're gone, next week I don't want to see their name in my side? That would be something good to know. And yeah, I don't actually know exactly what did AFB finish on. That was something I wanted to know. So we finished on 80 with a try. Euro 76. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna pop out the chat box here. Give me 1 second as well. Should have done this. Doesn't it show my live? Should have done this. Here we go. Chat box. Pop out chat. That's beautiful. All right. traded out Purdue for Garrick. Dud. Wow. That hurts. Because Purdue got like 83, right? Yeah. Did you already have Herbie? All right, let's get this started. Let's get the music off. Welcome, everyone. This is it. Round 10, the recap. Happy Mother's Day once again to all the mums, all the wives out here that put in the hard work that are mothers. Great day. We have a banger for you. I've gone a bit deep into the vault and seen what I can sort of find here. I do have some notes as well. I actually have a crap ton of notes. I'll bring them up on my separate screen here. Jeez, that is a lot. That is way too much for a recap video. But anyway, and I'll bring them up as we go on. Ponga, just so inconsistent. He should be out for me. Herbie, Kraz, Marju, thought getting Garrick. Okay, so let's start off with how my team did. I actually don't know how my team did because I didn't see the end of the Sharks game. But for me, I finish with, how do I see it again? Game Day Live? Is that what it is, guys? Whoa. So I finish with a 1586. I finished with a 1586. So I'm very, very happy with that. I'll tell you what happened at the start of the week for me. So my trades all stayed the same. I had Riley Smith, Herbie Farnworth, and who was my third? Let's go straight into it like this. So I had, okay, so I brought in Riley Smith. I dropped out Connor Watson. Then I brought in, who was my third? I definitely boosted. I'm struggling to... Oh, Fletcher Sharp. I brought in Fletcher Sharp. I took out Purdue. And then I went Bradman Best, right, as well. So I boosted this week. I've still got 2 boosts left. And this is what happened. My kid is absolutely screaming. Hello, Zach. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Nice score. I got 1490. Well done. Well done. I think 1500 will be about par. So my kid's like 10 weeks old, right? And this is what I do. You guys are going to laugh. I'm never going to do this again, though. And I go, you know what? I don't think Herbie's going to score as well as what people think tonight. And I do really believe that the Knights will have a bounce back game. So instead of Herbie, I'm going to go Bradman Best. But before that, I said to my wife, I said, just say a name. Say one of these names. Herbie Farnworth or Bradman Best. Don't think about it, just say it. She goes, Bradman Best. I go, cool, locked in. So what happened, because Herbie was already in my team, I clicked undo changes, confirm all, and then it reset my reserves. So I didn't have any reserves picked, and my whole reserves were meant to be Iongi. So during the Parramatta game, I was watching and I'm like, yes, Iongi's having a killer. Halftime, I realized that Iongi isn't even one of my reserves. So I have to play Galvin as my reserve this week. So not only did I not go Herbie Farnworth and have Iongi reserve, I went Bradman Best and didn't have Iongi reserve. It was like, that would have been about looking at the scores now, I would have had about a 40. So it's about 40 here comparing the difference. And then here to here is about another 40. I would have had an 80-point swing around. So I would have had 1,660 something, let's say. So I was like, oh man, this is awful. Anyway, I had Tino in the reserves, Egan in the reserves, Hines in the reserves, and Galvin because of that. I couldn't go Jenkins. I was too scared to go Jenkins, especially if he got dropped out. I do think the play for me was to actually put Jenkins in, Hope that he actually didn't play and then get an AE somewhere, because my AEs were okay. It would have been like a whatever. It wouldn't have really mattered, to be honest. But yeah, I'm very happy I held Iongi, but that's how my team settles at the moment. I already know the trades I'm looking at doing, but let's get into the recap. I've got a crap ton of notes for you guys. I've actually found a golden pod as well. I'm not even joking. I found a player that I reckon nobody is going to speak about, and he actually warrants being talked about. It's actually insane, and I guarantee you won't be able to guess. But let's get into it. Let me get my notes up as well here. Hello, Zach, by the way. I'm ranked 19,000, scored 1338. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I saw a lot of 1,200 scores like this, 1,203, 1,250, 1,300. I think par's going to be about 1,400 to 1,500 this week. So I still think I'll be on top of par, being at 7.7k rank. I'm still happy with that. But let's see. Let's talk about the Eels and Dolphins. First of all, I thought the Eels were definitely going to win this game. Didn't happen. If you have Iongi, he is a great hold so far. He gets 83 points, which is absolutely massive. I think I don't think Katoga is a must-have in any means, or someone maybe put him on the watch list, but he did have 2 line break assists, and this is where you're seeing the 78 here. Also, I think we do need to talk about Dylan Brown, 68, very good. If I have it up here, but Para have upcoming Newcastle away, Manly, and then round 12 with, so they have Manly with the round 12 Origin outs, then Penrith away, Bulldogs away, and then a bye in round 15. Now, the reason I brought this up is because you got 1730. Wow. Oh, that's huge, mate. Congrats. So the reason I bring this up is, if you have Iongi, when do we look at getting rid of him? And I think it is between this sort of round 13 to 15 mark. I think once we know if Edwards or Tedesco is going to be picked, it's going to be quite an easy swap to go either from Iongi to Tedesco or Iongi to Drinkwater. It really depends on the draw and what you're looking at and who you think has more value at that time. But I think Iongi is slowly getting to that stage now. He's just been a super good hold. That's what I've put here in my notes, and it's really showing now. He gets 83, which is absolutely massive in this game. Also, I said in this one, I did want to talk about Herbie Farnworth. If you don't have him, like me, I went in to get him this round. I steered away from it. He basically is the guy now that I think I'm going to be definitely looking at getting next week. I think it's a great time to buy because he comes just under his break even. So his break even for memory, well, we can look it up here. I think it was 90. He gets an 84 and gets a break even of 90. So next week is when I'm looking to grab him. Reason being is, yes, they do have a buy coming up, but they come into versus New Zealand at Suncorp Stadium. They verse Bulldogs away, which is Origin round. So it's not going to be Crichton. It's not going to be Burton. I don't know if there's anyone else. So that's 2 pretty big players that I think should show some value for Herbie Farnworth. And then they have a bye going into St. George. So although I don't think he's a must-have, I think in these games where he plays against New Zealand, St. George, I think next week at Suncorp he could have a really good game. New Zealand still leak a bit of points here and there. For some reason, I mean, I was surprised St. George didn't win, but I do think Herbie Farnworth should be spoken about here. You could potentially wait till the St. George game and after their bye. That is also something you could do for Herbie if you don't have him. His base stats are really good. In his last 2 games, he's got a try in each of his games. So he does need to be mentioned because I think he is a CTW that is going to be easily in the top 5, top 4. And if he was in a better team, he would absolutely be like the number 1 or 2, I would say, in CTW. I also put here, in this origin period and everything, are Brown and Iongi the only players we care about in Para during the origin period? And I would say yes. I wouldn't be looking anywhere else or at anyone else for Parramatta. Oh, I should also mention Riley Smith, someone who I traded in who got in 60. That is someone else who we should be talking about in the origin period. They're the three. Riley Smith has a great game. 60 points, huge. It's exactly what we wanted. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Hands coming back, though. There's also another hooker we need to talk about from another team that is as cheap as Riley Smith that because of injuries now should be mentioned. So we'll get into that as well. Played Pakes and Jenkins in my team and they came off the bench. What did Pakes get? Wait, who are your two hookers? Hello, Paycheck, by the way. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Ange, by the way, cracking score 1730, mate. Zach, you said is your. I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, maybe you typed half of it. Let's go to the Knights and Titans. I don't think there's anyone else really to mention from the Dolphins, to be honest with you. Hammer, pretty average. Yeah, I wouldn't really be going anywhere else. Maybe Finafuiaki, we can sort of put a watch list on, but I don't think he's someone you go into now. Also, yeah, no, that's it. Sorry, I apologize. Knights, Titans, far out. You wanted to, it's so frustrating. I think next season, there's going to be so many people that don't even want to touch Ponga just because of what he's done this season. And it's going to be so interesting because we expected, not only did we expect Knights to win at McDonald's Stadium, not only did we expect them to just dominate and most probably score more than 20 points. This was the big thing. Jaden Campbell coming back, I started getting a bit of red flags. I was like, oh no, this is the worst thing possible for the Knights. Jaden Campbell really just controlled this match with AJ Brimson a lot. They were losing 20-6. Knights don't score a point in the second half at home. That is so bad. Now, if you have Ponga, I know this sounds crazy, but I still think you hold. I said this last week and I'll say it again. You've held on to him for so long that there is no merit in changing him now because he will likely get more points with the draw that they have coming up. The draw that they have is absurd. I'll actually find this for you. I'll show you right now their draw, but I know it's hard if you are a Ponga owner. I got rid of him a couple weeks ago. I don't have to worry about this as much as you guys. But let me just show you right here. Newcastle Knights. So they just lost to Gold Coast. They then have Para, which should be high level in points or high points scoring match. Then they have Penrith away in the bye period. So there's no To'o, no Yo, no Cleary. I'm not sure if anyone else misses there. Then they have St. George away. Then they have Manly round 14. Then Sydney Roosters 15. Dolphins away, Canberra. I just think even with the first few games, you could just unload and just you have to hold because unless you're really going like, nah, that's it, I'm over it. You have to find cash somewhere else. And if you've already traded someone like Horsburgh out, it's going to be hard for you to find cash. And I wouldn't go, oh, I'm going this 5/8 to King Togia to make Ponga go to this fullback. I don't think that is value. I don't think that is worth it at all. So I know it's hard to hear it, but I think you need to hold on to Ponga now. You're in that deep. And I would say the most concerning thing is they still, in a dominant first half, they still scored 20 points, and where was his points to show for it? So if you are looking at players from the Knights, I think it's very simple. You're looking at Sharp, who is just, honestly, he support runs more than Ponga. Fletcher Sharp. It's actually insane. He's kind of got like an AFL engine in him. Like he just runs and runs and runs. Any tiny little break, he just is always there to support it. He is a part of every single play. He is the go-to guy with Lucas, and this is what is represented by the scores. And then I think it's close to being Marju or Best. Best, they're both just tit for tat, but I think Marju, the points he puts up when he doesn't even get like a try or like any sort of attacking points, his base is really, really good. Ponga is this, I would say Ponga and Best are the scariest of those five, and that is very, very crazy to say. Tino, absolutely huge in this game, 98. Campbell, 86. I think if you let go of Campbell, you're getting a bit worried and scared now, same as Hines. These two players are going to be ones that I think we really, really want to just hold for the year. Hines seems to be really settling in, but we'll get into that a bit later. Brimson, 102 is huge, although he does have crazy flaw sometimes where he just gets 30 points. I wouldn't read into that as much. If you look at the Titans also draw, it isn't amazing. Where are we? Round Newcastle. So they go Canberra away, and that's going to be a tough game because Canberra, I think, are going to come back with a vengeance after losing to the Bulldogs, being up 20-0, into a bye into Melbourne. So I don't think we're targeting anyone for the Gold Coast Titans. 100% agree with what you said on Sharp. Reminds me of how Ponga played in 2023. You reckon I could go Ponga to Sharp? No, I don't think so. I feel that's very sideways. Maybe. Yes, actually, hold on. That is a very valid point. It completely skipped my mind. I think if you go Fletcher to Sharp or Ponga to Sharp, you're doing that. You're letting next round happen because Ponga should be playing Origin, right? So if you are going to do that, I think you let what has happened. They verse Parramatta. You're hoping Ponga here at least gets a 70 or 80. You know he's capable of 100 plus. This could be the game, and this is the game where you'd most probably want to hold Ponga. And then for Origin, look to make him go somewhere else. It may not even be Sharp. It could be something else. Is Cleary a sell? That is something I'm actually getting into. Don't worry. I've got notes on that as well. But yeah, I think you still hold on to Ponga, especially against Para. Look, Fletcher Sharp might score more than Ponga. Fletcher Sharp might go 100 and Ponga might go 80. But is that worth one trade? I don't think so. I would still hold Ponga and then next week get him out. Major Fishing Adventures got in Garrick this week. Why did everyone get in Garrick this week? Can someone tell me what is the reasoning for this? Do you guys already have Herbie Farmworth and Bradman Best and people like that? I'm confused. Was there like something going around about this week being the week to need Garrick? Look, in all honesty though, Garrick's run is really nice. I looked at it about 15 minutes ago. They have North Queensland away. That's going to be a points fest. Then they have Parramatta away with no Moses. Then they have Broncos who likely or will not have backups. So Payne Haas, Carrigan may not play. You don't know. Then they have Newcastle. Don't stress. I think Garrick will still be good. Yeah, very unfortunate night though for Garrick if you do own them. Really, really nice for Garrick though. This is really looking good. Yeah, let's. I don't like to go off a bit too much, but yeah, unfortunate. But I also do love answering all your questions like in real time. Maybe that's why you guys love me so much. No one else to mention here from Titans. I do have some notes here. Okay, I put this down. Phoenix Crossland is the most useless NRL player I've seen in the competition. If you watch this game, he literally does nothing for the Newcastle Knights. I honestly don't know how he is still in the team. He is like, honestly, I feel like he's part of the reason why they are so trash. I know I can't blame it on one person, but he is just so bad. I don't know why they've let go of Brayley and Crossland is still in the team. I feel like they just need a new 9. Also, this is it. Guys, I want you to type in your answer right here, okay? I'm going to read out some numbers to you and you tell me what you think. 53 in base in 47 minutes last week. 72 points in 56 minutes this week with 31 tackles and 21 runs and 189 meters. I'll read it to you once more. Scored 59, had a 53 in base in 47 minutes last week, and then this week had 72 points in 56 minutes, 31 tackles and 21 runs for 189 meters. This is my golden pod. This is going to be my golden pod. Now, I'm not going to say this person has scored. Bailey, you've got it. Jacob Saifidi. I ran the numbers and I think he could actually be a very good front row forward pick to plug in and put in during this origin period. Not only is his base great, this is the banger. He's 361,000 coming into a negative break even. He had a 60 break even. This week scores 59. So next week he's going to have a negative break even. His base is plus 50. He got a 10-minute increase in minutes. Now, I don't think there was any reason because of that. And I was going to mention Piakura as well. Don't worry. But this guy, for a front row forward at 361,000, with his next buy being round 18. And also, who are they up against? Who are they up against? Well, let me tell you. If I can click a button. Can I click a button? 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 We'll go through this again. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So they have Parramatta, Penrith away, origin period, St. George away, Manly, Sydney Roosters, Dolphins away, Canberra. This is really interesting to me. I still have Corey Horsburgh, and I think this could actually be a play. Maybe not this week. You could do it. Maybe you want to look at the numbers a bit more. But I think he's come off an injury. I've seen a bit of a minutes increase. It was only 10 minutes. And I'll show you now. I'll literally show you now. I was so surprised when I saw his price was 300 and... wait, why is it not giving me the NRL SC stats? What? Yeah, it's this one. Sayafiti. Look at this. Look at this guy. So we have a 3-game gap here. But we can see here, his base kind of matches his minutes. So if he's getting 47 minutes, he's kind of getting 47 base in a sense. I don't know. I just think for the price, we're not overextending. Bro, you need a bookmark bar. I need help, brother. I need help. I need help, brother. But you are right. I most probably do. I'm sorry. But have a look into him yourself maybe over the week and tell me what you think. This guy is someone who was used to be priced at like 500, 400,000. I think he has value to make us 50. Yeah, but Lindsay Smith, you're right. 100%. There's no denying. But would you rather someone that's worth 361,000 so you can invest the difference from what Lindsay Smith's price is? I just feel like you would. Like if we look at Lindsay Smith, right? 581,000. That is a 220,000 difference. I would rather be able to go use that 220 and go Iongi to a fullback or someone to a CTW premium. And if he like that's just where my mind went. That's just where our mind went. I do agree though. Lindsay Smith, for me, I've always said I'm a big fan. During the Origin period, he's going to be very, very good. Yeah. So Saifidi, his price 361,500 with a 60 break even, scoring 59. That is absurd. Oh man, when I found it, I was like, whoa. One concern I have is what changes are going to happen to Newcastle after this loss, because I really did expect them to win this game. So you have to look at the bench, who's named, stuff like that. But I think he's a great pick. Let's get into the next one. Sorry, I harped on a bit on that, but I just thought it was absolute. Oh shit, the food. I ordered food for my wife. Oh no. Oh no, I'm going to get in trouble. She said, make sure you don't forget when the food is here. I completely forgot. I was too in the zone. Oh my God, I'm going to get in so much trouble. I'm going to get in so much trouble, boys. All right, let's talk about Rabbitohs and Broncos. First of all, field goal. That is top 3 field goals I've seen. That was amazing. Kolomatangi. We really need to start paying attention to this guy if he stays in the middle. Absolutely huge. He should be the main topic of discussion here. They do have the round 12 bye, but he had 200 run meters, 36 tackles, 23 runs for 73 points. Gonna break his break even, obviously. Is he someone we can go to in the Origin period? I think definitely he must be considered. We just want to pay attention to where he is position-wise. One other person I did want to mention here is Hubner. If you held him, I think you are going to reap the rewards in the future. Keep holding, get to 50. Break even of 60, it's all right. He'll build back up a bit. I think you don't have to move him. You can if you want. I still think he's just a sit there, wait, let him do his thing. Also, I wanted to speak about Brendan Piakura. Had a very good game, most probably his best game of the season. 62 points with a break even of 9. Someone to put on your watch list 100%. And he had a strong game with 28 tackles and 16 runs. Very, very nice to see. If we go to him here, 62, priced at 260,000. I'll take that, sir, with a bottle of milk. That is a price that you need to watch. He should go on your watch list straight away. Yeah, it's all that matters now is what happens with the team, the lineups, because Broncos are playing like trash, like absolute trash. So the security here is a big issue. If you have Arthurs and Shibasaki, I think, what the hell? This never does this. I think now is the time to maybe after. I think you're moving before next week, after next week. So they play St. George. You can either move now on Shibasaki and Arthurs if you do still have them. And because they go round 12 bye, round 15 bye with Manly away, Gold Coast. And for all we know, Gold Coast could be a much better team by them. So I would either be doing it now or next week, but we shall see how that goes. Haas does what Haas does. Doesn't Kolomatangi play? Does he play Origin? No, he doesn't. Does he? Am I tripping? Someone let me know in the chat. Does he play Origin? You like Aikens? I'm not a big fan, but I understand where you're coming from. Ewan Aitken played for the Dolphins. He's a workhorse. 506,000, break even of 60. Did he have any attacking stats? Wait, he did. He can, but he won't. Wow. Yeah, I don't think he will either. I think you're right in saying that. I didn't know he could, though. Okay. I think, guys, I was overseas for 2 years. I didn't watch Origin that much, so apologies. But if he isn't picked for Origin, that's when we go. I think now that you've said that to me, maybe we wait one more week and look at doing that. You could take a risk. That kind of scares me. But with South getting this win against Broncos, they come into West Tigers away, which could be great. The problem is they also have the bye. Do we really invest in someone with the round 12 bye and then they go into New Zealand and then Canberra away? I don't know. That's really tough because then they come into Bulldogs, then Melbourne. Oh, will Teddy play Origin? I think it's going to be Edwards, in my opinion. I think personally it should be Cleary, Luai, Edwards because they've got that synergy. You know what they're like. You're talking about a team that has won so many premierships together. I just can't think of I know it's most probably going to be Moses. And that's also understandable because he's a great player as well. But if it was me, I love chemistry. So it would be I have Crichton and Karaz next to each other. You know, I think Crichton and Karaz are a great duo. But I don't think Teddy plays. I think it's going to be Edwards, but time will tell, right? Time will tell. Yeah, exactly right. He has and Toto's on the team as well. There's just so much chemistry there. Anyone else to mention here? I was going to mention Havili because of the MAM injury, but he got a try, so I don't think that's warranted. Tallis Duncan, not enough to be impressed by, whether the minutes weren't there or whether it's just the output that he gets. Nothing yet. Oh, one person I should mention, Willison. When he gets more minutes, when he could be a very nice Origin pod. I know I've spoken about Jacob Saifidi, and what's going to happen is his price is going to start coming down a bit because of the points and minutes he's only getting at the Broncos. I think he deserves to have a shout because he's going to get more minutes when Haas and Carrigan go. So just watch out for that. He's a great player. He's scored a couple of tries, I think, this year as well already. So he's got it in him, and he's a very good front row forward player. No reason to talk about Latrell Mitchell. He's going to be in Origin. We all know it, and nothing else there. Campbell Graham has been really under par this season. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. In terms of Supercoach points, I should say. Yeah, that's all good. And let's go to Raiders versus the Bulldogs. All right. So this is where we're going to get into some things here. Okay. I've done my research. Canberra's upcoming draw, you might not know about it, but right now, hold on. Now, you might not know about it, but right now, you're going to remember it. I'm very big on targeting. Now, apologies if I pronounce this wrong. Is it Joseph Tapane? Tapane or Tapane? Is that how you pronounce it? But I think this guy is the main player we need to be targeting right now. So I'm going to be looking at bringing him in next week. Canberra's draw is unreal. Really nice. So they're coming off a loss against Bulldogs, which they feel like they most probably should have won if they played a bit better in the second half. All right. Now, let's look at this draw. They have, where are we? Gold Coast at home, New Zealand away, Roosters away. Some of these Roosters players might not back up from Origin. Mitch Barnett likely won't be here because of Origin. Then they have South into a bye, into West Tigers, into Newcastle, into St. George. Whoa. I think May will play Origin. I'll be surprised if he doesn't, but maybe there's too much there to maybe there's already spots taken for May, but I think he should play Origin. So this Canberra team has an exceptional draw coming up. They're one of the best teams in the comp. They're most probably not at the Bulldogs Storm echelon yet, but a team that can go 20-0 up against the Bulldogs is a very good team. This guy is going to be an absolute beast during this period. Now, not only do we need to talk about Joseph. I nearly called him Joe like he was my mate. That's not happening. We need to talk about this Nicholson injury. Absolutely huge. Why this Nicholson injury is huge is now I think Hosking is going to be one of the people we should be targeting. I'm certain that next week I'm trying to do this. I'm going to go Joseph, Hosking, and Herbie Farnworth. That is going to be my play, and I want to boost for it. Hosking gets an 81, but I think because of the Nicholson injury, it's only going to solidify his spot even more now. 478,100 had a 50 break even and scores an 81. I will be surprised if this guy isn't in the top 5 trades. I'll be surprised. I think he's a massive grab. I think he's in a great team. And I think he must be spoken about because the news on Nicholson is it's either a fracture or how do you say it? I don't want to say this word and sound like an absolute idiot. Syndesmosis injury to his left ankle. So we need to speak about that. Also, in regards to Joseph, he had 37 tackles and 20 runs. Huddy Young, he will get chosen for Origin, so you can't pick him. You needed to pick him about 3 rounds ago when I had him in my pods video, and I said he's like a very good pick, and then I didn't pick him myself, and I regretted it a lot. Is Haas a sell? I think out of the front row fours, the one that you want to keep is Tino. Whether one of them is a sell, maybe. If you can hold them, I would, but maybe Haas out of all of them is the sell. But if you can just if I can go Hawes, Bradasai, Feedy, I'll talk about someone who I think is a great player. If you have him already, it's going to be absolutely huge. If Latrell doesn't get picked, go there or not. Latrell is definitely getting picked in Origin. There's no way Latrell doesn't get picked, so don't worry about that. Is Campbell the best 5'8" to get? We'll get into that soon. Let's just look quickly for you. I would say so. Their draw isn't anything crazy though. Metcalf has been really, really good. But you'd have to have held him to worry about him. Yeah, I would say. Or Dylan Brown. I think Dylan Brown's great as well. I would go either one of those two. Yes, I really like Dylan Brown. Yeah, so just see how that goes. 64 and coming off a score of 77. So he's also warrants being talked about as well. All right, let's go back here. I got to go a bit faster here. Where were we at? We were at Rated Bulldogs. All right, Crichton had a massive game this game. Literally carried them. Kick out, awesome game, 99. Could easily be a play that you look at as well in the 2RF. Tracy, I wouldn't fall into the trap of Tracy. I think, look, I was going to talk about him being sort of either a pod player or a trap. I'm still not 100% on him. He had a great game, but doesn't Dylan Brown score more without Moses? I think Dylan Brown scores about 10 points more without Moses from memory, but that could be wrong. Kiraz, nice game when you thought he was having a bit of a rough one. Harry Hayes, what did he get this game? He's someone who I'd been looking at. He gets 39. Nothing much there. Fogarty, I do want to speak about Fogarty. I think he has to be mentioned. I wrote down some scores from him. He is super, super consistent, Jamal Fogarty. This is his points since round 1. 51, 65, 60, 64, 61, 64, 79, 125, 54, then 82. This is coming against up some pretty tough teams. He's versus Melbourne. He's versus Bulldogs. He deserves to be spoken about. With an easier draw coming, he could actually easily average 70 plus. I think, if you did want to drop Cleary, he could be someone we look at. For sure. But obviously, if you don't have Nico, I think Nico is where you're going as well. Starling also deserves to be mentioned. You think Blaze is the person to target? If we look at the Penrith, my main concern is how does he play without without Cleary there? Does he play better? Does he score better? So if we look at Penrith here, they come up against Broncos, North Queensland away, which is what we've seen. They have the bye, so you can't go Blaze yet. And then they have Newcastle in round 12, which will be without Ponga. Then they have Parramatta, which might be without Moses. Then West Tigers. So actually a very nice bye there. I think Cleary's going to back up from Origin. But yeah, that could be a very nice shout. You could definitely be right there. Anything else to talk about this game? I don't think so. You guys mention anyone, if I haven't mentioned them, that you think it deserves a mention. But let's go to the Dragons and the Warriors. If you held on to Gutho, not a bad hold, not a good hold, and not a bad hold. That's the way I'm sort of going to put it. Egan and Clark. I have both of these guys in my team. I held on to Egan. I'm very happy about it. Aaron Clark is just an absolute beast. This guy is a playmaker. He's a workhorse. 607,000, gets a whopping 104 Supercoach points with a 27 break even. I'm so glad I traded him. I captained Pappenhausen. So this guy is just doing absolute numbers. Like, it is absolutely insane what he's doing. The question is he too much to buy now? One great thing about Aaron Clark is he's going to give you a solid 60 or 70 each week, in my opinion. To be safe, let's say a 50 to 65. He's also got dual positioning. So he's got front row and second row dual. Max King, I think he's just, nothing crazy. I mean, he gets the try and stuff, and that's maybe gets a bit of inflated points for that. I think there's better picks than Max King personally, but it could definitely work. It could definitely work. Aaron Clark is going to be really good for me because what's going to happen is I'm going to try and sell Horsburgh and then bring Aaron Clark up, and he will be one of my 2 front row forwards to use in this sort of origin period. Now, they do have a bye, so just be careful of that, but that is the round 15 bye. So they actually dodged the round 12 bye, which is great. I think he's an absolute amazing player, and I was going to go Halasima instead of him, and I'm glad I went Aaron Clark because it's proved out to work out super, super well. Metcalf has been great. If you've held on to Metcalf, that is absolutely huge. I think it's too late now to even go to him. You had to go to him this week or last week. You can't just rush to him now. Barnett, 83, huge. Holmes gets you your stock standard 70 to 75. Hamish Stewart, another front row forward you can look at during the origin period. He's been doing great. Big topic here, Togia. Is he worth it? I think he is a complete trap. I'm going to read out something to you. Maybe this will deter you off him. 33 Supercoach points with a try assist and 4 runs. I'll just read that once more. 33 Supercoach points with 1 try assist and 4 runs. If this sentence doesn't tell you why you shouldn't go there when they're going into the Broncos and then going into a bye, I don't know what else could help you. I think he's an absolute trap. People are going to be trading him out very, very soon, most probably within the next 1 to 3 rounds. Don't go there. Don't get baited by the money you can make from him. I think it's a complete trap. Nothing else here for St. George, to be honest. Val Mega, we do need to speak about. Jackson Ford got a really bad HIA. I don't know if he's going to be out this week, but if Mitch Barnett now gets chosen for Origin, watch out for Val Mega here because he's going to get more minutes, and with more minutes comes more points, and he's already knocking on the door of being negative break even. He gets... didn't he get a better score than this, or am I tripping? So he got... What did he get this round? Sorry. Val Mega. He gets a 55 in this game. So you can see when he gets a bit more minutes, the price starts going up. I think this is going to be someone who you can watch. He's not going to be a must-have, but very, very interesting thought here, especially if Jackson Ford misses next week as well because of the HIA protocol. So keep your eyes out on that. Nothing else here for the Warriors, I would say. All right, let's go to the next one. Cowboys, Panthers. Actually, you started with Aaron Clark and sold him in round 2. What was I thinking? I think it was the right move. I did the same. I actually started with Aaron Clark. I sold him, but then I got him back in once. What happened? Once Dylan Walker left. After 1 or 2 rounds, Halasima is not a must-have. No. Definitely not. Yeah, once I saw the Dylan Walker thing, then I was like, okay, I saw merit in it, and I got him two rounds ago, so I'm very happy with that. Drinkwater, yeah, very happy, man. Someone who I think I've just really missed and not given enough merit to. I've been like hoping he'd get like a 60 and I could go there, but he just keeps turning up. Really hard now for me to go to him. Purdue, 85. I think this one hurt me a bit. I kept saying to myself, I was like, is Purdue really a season keeper, or do we just make our money and run? He gets an 85, which is huge. And then they also have the draw. So let's talk about the North Queensland draw just quickly. It goes, where am I? Manly into a bye, into West Tigers, Melbourne away, Dolphins, Sydney away, Gold Coast. Maybe you can get him back for the West Tigers game. I don't know. Maybe it's just you're done with it. And is Robson a bye? Isn't Robson going to get picked for Origin? For New South Wales? Just be wary of that because he played Origin last year, you know. And yeah, Cleary 81 with limited attacking, if not no attacking stats, is absolutely huge. Yo, really nice. Gunner had 2 tries this game, still only gets an 82. Blaze, huge, as we spoke about this game. It was his best game of the season. Derby, huge this game points wise, but it was his worst NRL game you'll ever see. Most probably, I think he had 6 or 7 errors. Nothing much here to talk about. Dylan Edwards 42 in a 30-point game. That is shocking. How many people own Edwards? I just want to see. 4%. That is, yeah, that hurts. Where's Lindsay Smith? 57. Yeah, look, Lindsay Smith. If you had Lindsay Smith and Tapane in this Origin period, I think that's the 2 you really want, right? Papali'i, really good here, 94, but don't read into that too much. Nanai, huge, but also going to be picked in Origin, and Dearden 53. In a 30-point game, you'd wish it was a bit more. And that is it for this game. Okay, here we go. Ryan Papenhausen, you are a beast. My captain for the week, 176 points with updates to come. Munster, 132. Coates, 123. Hughes, 104. Oh my God, just look at these numbers. Katoa, 69. Unfortunate, but still a nice score when a game where they're just scoring free at will on the left side. May, 70. I wrote down in my notes... what? Also, we did actually talk about, one other thing. Jenkins, 44 off the interchange. Is he still a hold with a bye now on? Panthers schedule next week. Newcastle and Cleary backs up. At home, Para. At home, West Tigers away. Read that as you will. If you had the chance to go Jenkins to Herbie Farnworth, would you do it? You had Munster traded in. Very nice. Please refer to him his correct name, Captain Hausen. No, mine is Ryan the Flyer. No, what is it? Flying Ryan. Flying Ryan. Thank you very much. I put down in my notes, Terrell May is the real GOAT for getting 70 points in a game where they lost 64-0. Yeah, look, I think I was predicting like a 40, 50-point game. I wasn't predicting 64 points. That's absurd. I don't really know what else you can say about the Tigers. Maybe this is a wake-up call to everyone thinking that they're just this better elite team and all this stats about, they hold and stop fullbacks here and there. Not today. 4 tries to the fullback. By the way, the first try from Pappenhausen was absolutely insane. I don't know if you watched this game. Absolutely huge. Also, yes, Jenkins I think is a hold because To'o's going to go out for Origin and he's going to slot right back in. And I think the way he played getting a try last week or this week against Cowboys only merits that even more. Nothing else much here to talk about. You're holding Katoa. Don't stress about that. Everything went left. Coates has been actually huge. These type of points is crazy. Yeah, just really low points for Tigers, as you can imagine here. So very unfortunate. Last match, Sharks versus the Seagulls. I think, yeah, I think they're the real pretenders. They're so on and off the Seagulls. Sharks are definitely a better team, in my opinion. They're just a tiny bit more consistent. AFB gets an 80 with a try. Hines, 90. Is Hughes a buy? I actually had this in my notes. Is Hughes a bit of a trap with the round 12 and round 15 buy? So if you buy Hughes, just remember you're getting a round 12 and round 15 buy. So that is something that you need to pay attention to. And I was like kind of put off a bit by that. So then they go into Sharks away, into a buy, into Gold Coast away, North Queensland, into a buy, into Souths. There is a possibility that you could even do Hughes in the flex. You could try him in the halves. I personally think that Nathan Cleary is going to back up for this after this Origin game. That's my only thinking. After buys, is he a buy then? What is it, round 18? Most probably. Yes, I actually cut this a bit. I didn't cut this right, but I'm not saying he's not a buy. I'm just saying when you look at your team, understand that Hughes isn't playing round 12 and round 15. So that hurts you quite a bit. You think Cleary will play like 2 of the next 5 rounds? What, you don't think he'll back up? I think he'll back up. I think he needs to back up. I think I know what you're saying, round 11 and round 15. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see the trades if he actually is traded out a lot. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know why, but I love the thought of going, if I did trade out Cleary, going Jamal Fogarty. I call me crazy. I think there was one other halfback I was thinking about. Maybe it was Hughes. I swear there was one more, and I'm like, this could actually be a play. But yeah, we'll have to see on that. Yeah, nothing else here to really talk about. Let's go to the last game, which I think we were already on that, to be honest. AFB 80, good to see. Is he also a possible grab now because of this 80? He will swing. He was at mostly the bottom of his price, 652,000, 85 break even. So now could be the time to swoop. They do have a nice buy as well. Nice draw, the Sharks. So they come into, the problem is they come into, where am I? I have lost myself. Manly, they go into Melbourne, Sydney away, buy. I think he's personally a round 14 buy. If you want to buy AFB, he's basically right here. New Zealand, St. George, Broncos, Melbourne, buy, Dolphins, Sydney. I think here. The only thing is his minutes. I don't know how many minutes he got tonight. Maybe someone could tell me. But he's averaging 43 minutes, which is just absurd to me. Eero 76, yes, huge. Definitely considered someone we should be considering. Again, just look at the draw and how your team is going to look with it, because he does have that, obviously the same schedule as AFB, so you don't want to be left hanging out. But New Zealand, St. George, Sydney, beautiful. Broncos away, nice. So there are some tough games. They actually do have Melbourne twice in the next 7, so that's interesting. Cooler, nice game. I was actually in my pods video a few weeks back. Olakau'atu 47. Wait, what did Garrett get? 36? Oh, That's not nice. That is not nice. Brayley, 56. This is what you expect. Burns, 69. Huge if you have him. Nice little cash cow here. 396,000 at -11. That's going to do you some good money. Yeah, Hines, huge. If you don't have Hines, he is most probably the halfback you want to go to now. AFB got 52 minutes. Nice. So that's what his highest minute cap is. Nothing else much here with the Sea Eagles, to be honest. Some underpass scores here from them. What did Turbo get this game? Hello? Turbo? Am I blind? T 41. Okay, so that's not good. McGuinness gets exactly what you want in McGuinness, 58, so 50 to 60. I didn't want to go there. I think if you went Riley Smith, it's going to serve you a bit better here because you're not investing as much money. Nikora, 74, should actually be mentioned as well. Well done if you've gone Nikora. Maybe next week you can look at getting him as well. And that is the round, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Done. Finito. Ergando. I don't know what I'm saying. But, yeah. 1587 I get. I plan. So I still have Horsburgh, Kant that I can get money from. My team is looking quite scrumptious. Next week, I'm going to look at getting Herbie Farnworth, I think. I don't know. I don't want to get rid of Tamale. I could possibly get rid of Billy Smith. I think that's dumb, but I really want to get Herbie some way. So I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I could wait one and then like one round. If Karaz gets named, then go to Herbie from there. I don't know. But I think for me, I'm going to also be looking at Tapane or Tapane. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. I really want to look at investing and setting up for my front row forwards. Aaron Clark will swing up. I've got Can here that can be moved if I need to as well. Oh, what is the Marzu injury? Wait, yes, I apologize. What happened? I thought it was just something small. Tell me. Is it bad? Is it bad? Is it really bad? Oh, no. Please don't tell me it's bad. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, but like, is he out for an extended amount of time? Have they given him like, rumor is 4 weeks? Okay, well, at least there's my, hey, this is who you trade out. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll go Marju to Herbie Farnworth. I'll keep Bradman Best. Tamale I want to hold. Jenkins hold. Smith hold. Toya hold. Sharp doing Sharp things. Remember also Sharp can be a center as well. So if you have a bit of an issue, or if you did want to make a play where you want to like get rid of a CTW, flick Sharp in and maybe get like a fullback, like a Drinkwater or someone like that, you can do that play as well. I honestly don't have big concerns this week besides wanting to get people that I really want in. Like I want to obviously see if I can go Tapane from Horsburgh, something like that. Hubner will sit there. Kant is obviously someone who I can look at getting out. But my team is actually looking very nice. It's most probably my fullbacks now a bit in terms of like, yeah, I'm actually super happy. This is where I wanted to make my run. I've been prepping up. I've got 2 boosts left with 27 trades. And by the way, I have 341,000 in the bank. So I'm ready to go on a big week. Sandon Smith, also, I still think you hold him. You can trade him. The problem is you're then getting another hooker, which is just annoying. And the Roosters have a great draw. I just don't think he's someone you sell. The only reason you're selling him is because you want to make money. The Sydney Roosters have this bye that they've just happened. They have Bulldogs away warranted. It's going to be tough. Then they have Sharks into Canberra into bye. That actually sounds a lot worse than what I was thinking, but I don't know what else. I don't think Dylan Lucas will play Origin. If he does, but he's a must-have at the moment. I'm not sure if he will play Origin. But anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the Round 10 recap. I'd appreciate a subscribe if you want. Please, if you weren't here before, the 2 pods we spoke about, Jacob Saifidi and Brendan Piakura, look at their stats. Look at what they're doing. It could be absolutely massive. And I hope you all see green arrows. But we shall see how we go. And yeah, I hope you had a wonderful weekend of watching the footy and Mother's Day. And good luck. I will be doing a... I think I might just do like the video of team lists. I think we're going to do a live stream for team lists if I can, if I have nothing on. So when team lists are coming out, I will be there. Roosters origin hooker is Zach Docker-Clay. Okay, well, we'll see. What is Sander move to hooker because Watson origin? Oh, what if he moves to hooker because Watson origin? Yes. Yes. Roosters origin hooker, Zach. Okay. I don't know. We'll have to see and wait on news for that. But yeah, thanks for supporting me once again. I'm a very new NRL Supercoach channel. We've only been doing it this season. I think I only did it like 4 or 5 weeks in as well. So yeah, thanks for being here, lads. Have a good rest. I hope you enjoy and see you love your Supercoach score. And I'll see you guys soon. Much love, peace. I'm going to have some dinner, take care of my kid, and hang out with my wife.